Okay, people, so now I'm back. I'm gonna put this first, and then, because I had made another little video, then I got distracted talking to my kids here. Anyway, my son was gonna go to YouTube and knock on their door and say, "Stop picking on my mom," and because I said, "Jesus, you know," and he said, "Well, what's the matter?" And I'm like, and anyway, he showed me something here, people. So I guess this is a public apology, a public apology to YouTube for being hasty and accusing them of something that they're not necessarily involved in terms of being paid off. The troll situation, I'm still a little bit about. We know that they shadow ban, but in regards to the blurring aspect of my videos just recently from what I've been seeing, it turns out that there is such a thing here with the videos at the bottom right-hand side where you can go into the quality of the video. Obviously, that's my camera. Go into the quality of the video, and because I convert over videos in a 480 pixels or whatever, I don't know what it is. If you don't have it on what you converted it on when you view the video, it's not going to be as clear as it should be. It was coming in at 240, so I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here just so that we know. If you look here, it's on 420, right? When I was looking at my videos that were getting all blurry, it was on 240. My son pointed this out to me. On the right quality pixel, you can see it's much better. You can actually see the words now. That's what I wanted. It's important, people. I don't have time to be fooling around with this stuff. That is the point. I'm a poor woman, and I am using to my advantage the few little things that I have going for me and my family in our life. Right? So, anyway, so it's like that with all the other videos. If you go into another video, what video is that? We'll go into this one.
CIBC was
there. See, now you can see.
Dated.
So now you can actually see it because it's in the right section. Well, this one says auto. This one's on auto. If I bring it to there, does it make a difference? Should not, but if I bring it on to 240, I didn't know this. Do you see how everything got blurred now? I mean, obviously, if I put the camera closer, you can start to see it, but here you can see it's blurred. But if I put it back on 480, you can see it's much clearer. You can actually read it now. If I put it on auto, what happens with auto? It didn't change with auto. But if I put it back at 240, it gets all blurred. Becomes blurry. So in this case, I owe YouTube an apology. Much better. So in this case, people, I owe YouTube now an apology for overreacting, right? But not for the shadow banning part of things and that type, and the suppression, because and for not controlling the problems with the troll network, because I do think that some of those trolls are somehow connected to that YouTube troll staff system that they have, because just as Uncle John was medically kidnapped, obviously we know why I got a lot of thumbs down, but at the same time, YouTube was bringing in that YouTube police force, right, where they were going around censoring people's channels and all that other crap. So, regardless, problem is fixed now. YouTube, I give you my humble apology. I apologize for being hasty and exaggerating on the truth. I was just scared to be silenced. Really. That's the things I talk about. I don't necessarily like talking about them. I talk about them because I feel like I have to. I have to do it for my family, for my grandkids, for my kids, for Uncle John, for Shimei, and I feel like I have to do it for the good people out in the community, because there's some serious stuff going on that should not be happening. And our public union sector, if they want to say that they serve the public, well, then they need to serve the public and stop preying on the public. And I don't want to get back up on that bandwagon, because this is just to say, YouTube, my apologies for being hasty. Okay, so just to clarify, it was 3 views, 1 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. They taken away the thumbs up, and now they put it at 2. Right? It's only been up for a little while. Not that long. 15 minutes. 15 minutes, people. It's been up 15 minutes. Isn't that interesting? So, shadow banning, blurring out videos consecutively, now one after the other. This one here, not so much. When I converted it, obviously my camera wasn't acting correctly. But this one, not so blurred, but it is now, since it's got up into YouTube. This one, not so blurred. You can actually read the lettering, but YouTube altered it and blurred it out. Blurred it out. Blurred it out. Basically blurred it out. So what does that mean? Does that mean that they've blurred out all my videos now, people? Is that what they've done? As their staff gang stalk me, along with the Duncan clan and anybody else that's doesn't want the dirt out in terms of injuring innocent lives to the point where they lose their life, right? And they get to walk free, right? Or medically kidnapping old people for their inheritances as they're looking for life insurance policies, right? As they're doping them up in foreign hospitals. As the corporations are protecting that money train in terms of dead bodies and old people being locked up in hospitals so that their assets can be taken. So I'd like to know who paid off YouTube. I said to my son one time, I need to get in touch with the CEO of this company. And he said, CEO's not going to give a shit, because there's millions of people on YouTube that use this for, making videos. And in the great grand scheme of things, you're nothing, people. Like, in terms of, I'm nothing. That's what my son says. It's insignificant. The CEO would not take the time to listen to me. But I think it's clearly visible that something is going on here within the people who sit at the servers. Because you have a computer here, computer here, computer here. It's a big room full of servers. And then you have staff that sit at the computers with these servers and censor videos, censor channels, adjust the arrhythmia, blur videos, put videos over here so that it gets a lot of traffic, put videos over there so it gets no traffic, make it so that your subscribers, either some channels have lost like thousands of subscribers in one day. Some people, channels never move, like mine, as people are trolled in, whether through these people that sit and play games, killing people and shooting up their body parts and, stalking them, and all these computer games that these people play now. So they're playing on a computer game when they're not monitoring the server. So they're treating me like I'm some sort of computer game. Right? as they're shadow banning in multiple layers. It's not just one layer that they're shadow banning in. They're shadow banning with the trolling. They're shadow banning with the the number of where they place the video in terms of who sees it and who doesn't see it. And now they've included the blurring of videos. So that just tells me that when I go to court, people, it's a done game because YouTube has been bought off now. That was my only recourse in terms of getting the information out there, right? To hold those people accountable for what they've done to my family members over the last several years and what they continue to do. Because they're not going to stop at Shimei. Whatever happened to Shimei was going towards Tisha Room, and she was next. And if you notice, a lot of the bullshit happens underneath the blanket in terms of embalming, organ harvesting, destroying evidence, letting the person who injured her walk free. The dying part is the easy part in terms of she's gone, nothing's moved. But everything else is still festering behind that blanket. And what happened to her could happen to anybody, people. Not necessarily Tisha, but it can happen to anybody. And YouTube is now protecting that. Thinking that their loved ones won't have their organs pillaged. Because for some reason, they're up there with the bank. They're up there with the Fraser Health Authority. They're up there with the politicians and the lawyers. They live in those gated communities. Right?